Could you imagine that many guys on a ship? Huh? Where we all slept? They were like, they were made of canvas, and you slept one, maybe five above. And I always got the guy that was 300 pounds on top.
On board?
Yes. I seen it coming at us. I'll show you what an Oka bomb is. And then he gets into this. And when they get into this, they're done. They're not going to live no more. They give their lives up.
My dad told me. That's
And
us.
in front here, they carry over 2,000 pounds of dynamite. On the side, if you look here, there's 3 rockets that fire too. And they can travel as fast as over 500 miles an hour. And when they're going on target, going down, they go 600. And when they do that, they're dead. And that's what hit the ship. And it went from one side of our ship right out the other side. They really did a bad job. And they had 755 of them made. And they're made out of plywood and aluminum. That's all they're made out of. And when they hit a ship, you're done. And that's what did. And we were known as the Fighting Shea. You know why? We knocked down 18 airplanes, 18 Japanese planes. 6 of them we knocked down in 10 minutes. Pretty good, huh? And that's what we did. They had what they called down below deck a magazine room. And that's where they stored the ammunition. And then they had a chute where you sent these big shells up to the big 5-inch guns. I was just going to be a baker. I just was going to be a baker there. And so, yeah, the magazine room, I was supposed to go down there. But when we got hit, that exploded. I was saved there. They took me out of there. So as I said before, we had a 20-millimeter gun. They strap you into them. You're strapped in. You don't get out. The guy that they put in, took me out of there, put him in. He got killed. And we were in a lot of water. I lost the harmonica and my guitar. We were floating in about 4 foot of water, and the ship was taking in water. So they got temporary fixed, and then it went to Philadelphia. And that's when I got out. So they wanted to keep me there an extra year. You know why? Because Cooks and Baker were frozen. In other words, they had to stay an extra year. And I said, I'm out. I got 79 points. I'm going home.
What was your favorite place while traveling?
Before I got involved, it was a boat. It was a ship. That was 137 foot long, and that was my home. And I was on that one or two other ones at the same time. And as long as I was on board, I was fine. And but they used and drove these things. We hit all the beaches on the invasions, and a little scary, but it was still fun because I hadn't gone through it yet. Solomons, Maryland was the ultimate base, and that was the United States Naval base down there, and had to do with a new approach to invasion technology, where you go in there and right with the troops and support them, bring them in, and kind of wait for them and or get them out of there if we had to. So we're using those just for about everything under the sun. Go ahead.
How long did you serve in the Navy?
About four and a half years.
4.5 years?
Yeah, I got out in 1946, Lido Beach. I was in the, I have a problem with my throat because I got, our ship got hit on that side right there. The first time they were firing at us, they sprayed across the deck. And that was my gun position was here. They call it the general quarters. It's right there. And this was before the invasion, and they shot right across here. And I changed at that point. I was really scared. I was really scared. I'm not kidding you. Just being 15, you think you got it, but you don't. You had shields in front of the guns. They have shield and protections in front of the guns. Yep, that's the only thing that saved me. When we had that explosion down there, it just a lot of that shrapnel just came right through here. And I had the gun turned that way, and I had these 2.25-inch plates.
Yeah.
You know, pretty close to the barrel. Okay?
Yeah.
And in front of it. And you fired visually through the gun itself. And that was the way you were protected. And it just so happens when that mortar hit and it blew up, my gun was positioned, I don't know, something told me to turn the thing. I don't know why. I don't know why. But I don't know, somebody up top knows more about things than I do. It protected me. And I just had a few pieces in my neck and my arm. And let's see, my knee cut open. It was under the plate. You can see these are replicas of small mortars.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unique
Yeah.
to have mortars on a patrol boat, but
Yeah.
that's what we did. We'd go ahead and we didn't have any men on this anymore. They weren't doing that anymore because the former LCIs had ladders, and they went down to the water. And as they went down that ladder, especially over in Europe, it was just shooting those guys as fast as they walked across that ladder. The Germans were at that time.
Yeah.
And I was not over there, thank goodness. I was always in the Pacific. Okinawa out there where I was, or ended up anyway, Okinawa, they had the kamikazes out there. Did you ever hear of the kamikazes?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, they were pretty bad stuff. They caused a lot of stuff like this kind of a mess where they got up, and dived right into the ship,
It is.
and made a terrible mess out of a lot of things. Millimeter mortars. We carried 3 of them. And down below was all the ammo.
Yeah.
Ammunition, and it was being passed up. And and fired as fast as you could. They kept going and going and going and going. And when they first started with that, One of the problems was they were bolted to the deck on the foredeck.
Yeah.
And that's only 1/4-inch plate down there, and these things are welded, they had them tack welded to the plates. And we were breaking the seams and everything else, and you didn't know what to do about it.
Yeah.
Every time you'd fire, you get this arrangement. So one of the guys in the flotilla went over and got some I think they're 2x6s someplace, and he made like you ever been in the sandbox when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Okay, they made a sandbox bigger than the gun emplacement, and they used sea sand inside of that.
Yeah.
And the gun is set down on that, right on real sand,
Uh-huh.
and it was just like a soft pad. And that was the biggest break we got. Or you break these things were only tack welded in many places, so you couldn't rough them up too much.
Yeah. So thank you for the interview and for your service.
Oh, pleasure. You helped me out because I haven't done this in a long time.
Yeah.